If you like to shoot archery and you're looking for consistency downrange, anchor is something that you must pay attention to. In this episode of Archery Basics Explained, I'm going to give you all the key important details to anchor and how it's going to make you a better archer. First, let's define anchor. Anchor is a spot on your face that you touch your string hand to every single time you shoot your bow, no matter what. If you vary your anchor and you change the place you are putting it on your face, it dramatically affects the arrow's results downrange. Where you put your hand on your face is not very important. As long as you put it in the same place every single time, you'll have tight groups downrange. So it doesn't matter if you're under the chin like a recurve shooter, you're using maybe the crook of your hand underneath your jawbone like I do shooting bare bow, maybe you're using your index finger on your canine tooth or your eye tooth, depending on where you are, or somewhere else that you're putting your hand on your face as a solid reference point, that is just fine. Just do it the same every single time. So you'll notice as I'm showing you these few shots here that every single time I draw back, I put my hand in the exact same place on my chin every single time. Not only am I using my hand as a solid reference point and as an anchor point, I'm also using other reference points on my face and on the bow as an anchor point. And I'll tell you about those other points here in a minute. First, let's talk about how solid of an anchor point it needs to be. If you think about being in a boat and you need to use the anchor, what do you want it to be? Solid and immovable. You don't want it to be soft and movable because then your boat's going to be drifting all over the place and it's going to be a problem. Same thing goes in archery. It has to be solid and very, very secure. So you can anchor with your hand touching your face very gently, or you can anchor touching your hand to your face very firmly. The second is much better for two reasons. One is that it's going to be more solid, and two is that it's going to be less likely to move. You've heard me talk about it not moving being an important, crucial point already, and that is because as you're at full draw, if my anchor were to be shifting and changing as I was pulling, or as I was trying to aim, or as I was trying to be more stable, I'm having a part moving in the system, and that's not going to end up in a good result downrange. One more key important detail on how firm to press into your anchor is this. I can touch my fingers together and have them just gently sit there touching, or I can squeeze the skin and crush the skin out of the way and have the bones of my fingers touching. What's more solid and consistent, and what's going to be less likely to move? Bone-to-bone contact. So when I anchor with my hand into my face, I'm pushing hard enough to squish and squeeze the meat of my fingers until the bones themselves are pressing together. Obviously, there's still skin in between them, but you get the idea. Now, I mentioned really quick about other places that I reference as an anchor point, and that is the string on my face. When I shoot my Olympic-style recurve, my string touches my chin and my nose in the same place in the same manner every single shot. When I'm shooting my bare bow, as I come in and anchor here, the string does not touch my chin, but it does touch my nose, and it is consistent every single time. Same thing goes when I'm shooting my traditional bow. Every time I do something and I go to have an anchor, even if it's different, shooting different styles of bows, the anchor is always the same every single shot, and that results in tighter groups downrange. If you liked Archery Basics Explained, comment below and let me know what else you want me to cover. I want to make sure I'm producing relevant videos and videos that people are interested in clicking on and learning more about archery. If you wouldn't mind, head to the links in the description below for many different ways you can support this channel, and do subscribe, hit the notification bell, and consider sharing this video. Thanks for watching.